What's up? What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about Married at First Sight. This is a show that I really enjoy watching. I'm probably going to be kind of all over the place because I did want to keep certain groups together while I talk about it, as opposed to like going through every scene by scene. But this is my first time reviewing this show, so we'll see how it goes as we go along. But I have some that are my least favorite, which I'm pretty sure you guys probably know. Maybe I'll leave them for last so I can talk about them. But then I also have some, damn, my face is mad greasy right now. I also have some that I think have potential, but I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like with this season, they kind of just like, all right, let's put people that probably wouldn't do so good together and see how it works out, because obviously they need to get ratings up, and they also, people love reality, they love drama. So it's like, if it's all like, yeah, we're the perfect couple, it's not gonna be as spicy. But I just feel like there's so many like red flags with all of these couples. All right, so let's first talk about Haley and Jacob. So those two, they definitely have red flags to me. Jacob is just like a bit boring. I feel like he talks a lot. He talks about himself a lot. He repeats things a lot as well. Haley, I remember when she met up with his parents, she told them how like they kind of like slept in, and they looked like they were like surprised about that, because this guy is like a routine guy. It's like if he does something out of the ordinary, it's like, oh, that doesn't seem very like him, because he's so like, this is me, this is what I do. Like, you already know he eats steak and eggs. Like, we all know this. Because apparently he said that he has some like gut problems or something like that. Which I don't know if steak would be the best thing to eat. I mean, like, me personally, I do have some issues myself, and I eat like a lot of the same food, like potatoes and chicken, like all the time. But I just don't see red meat as being the best thing for you if you have stomach issues. But hopefully he is able to get that figured out. But yeah, so it seems like he was kind of like the sheltered type, and just from like, and even his parents, I just feel like they didn't have a lot of like energy. They were just kind of like, yeah, like, like just so mellow. That's how they were kind of. I'm that's just how I kind of feel about them. So Jacob did tell her parents that he turned his house into like a mini spa, and he's showing them pictures of the house and things like that. And I'm just like, dude, like, they showed flashbacks. He literally told them this at the wedding. I remember him talking to the brother, and the brother looked like this conversation was dragging. And then the same thing with the mother. I know, they're like, oh my god, are we gonna have to hear this every day for the rest of every time we see this guy? I'm pretty sure they had their side conversations after this. The dad did say that when she's hungry or she's upset, like, it will definitely be like a not good situation, but she's really like a foodie. So, I guess they're gonna have to, he might have to branch out, or they might just have to go every place that has steak and eggs. I mean, like I said, for my dietary needs, I don't go out often, but when I do, I go to places that would have things that are like food allergy friendly. So I could kind of relate to him on that, but I feel like more so it could just be, I don't know, like, I kind of feel like that might not be the best food for him, but maybe he's spoken to somebody somewhere that told him that was a good idea. It kind of seems like he's on like some type of like Angus carnivore type of diet, or almost like a keto diet, because he said he likes a lot of bacon as well, I believe. So yeah. But yeah, so he was like that he likes the fact that she eats steak, when her parents had mentioned that, because he's like, that's my thing. So let's see, who else should I talk about? Let's talk about Eric and Virginia next. So they seem like they really like each other initially, which, they have that physical attraction. So that's always good. But I do feel like in time she will be overwhelming for him. She will be too much for him, if you want to say that. I mean, she's 26, he's 34, if I remember. And I do think she has potential to kind of bring him out of the shell a little bit more, but he's such a conservative, like manly man that knows what he wants in life, and kind of, I feel like her partying and stuff will become a lot for him. And to see her probably drunk a lot while he's more so sober and trying to maintain a certain posture, he is, at the end of the day, he's a professional. He's a pilot. He can't be like seen getting drunk on camera and all these things. Like, that's not going to be a good look for his profession. So he definitely, has to kind of watch what he does, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be, getting all super turned up like she is. So he's gonna have to be the one to kind of watch her as she gets like super drunk to the point where she's probably throwing up and things like that. And I'm sure after time that is going to be a lot for him. So supposedly they didn't get it on the first night. He said that he's like a respectful guy, but they were close and he did like that type of intimacy as well. He did tell her in the morning that he was a divorcee. But he said it's been 3 years. They were together for 6. She did seem like that was like a little bit of a concern for her just because she hasn't been in any relationships that long. And she's also never lived with anyone. So it's like things that he's done, it's very new to her. He did say that this whole thing was unconventional when they did get married because it was more so a military thing. They just signed the papers, boom, you're married. For anyone to be able to like have visits with him and things like that, as well as the benefits, he had to get married. So it just made sense at the time. So that's how that went down. But you know how people kind of blow things off, like, so you're probably madly in love with her, like, yeah, y'all didn't have the big wedding and stuff, but I doubt it was just because you wanted them, like, well, I don't want to say conjugal visits because it's not jail, but whatever it's called, you wanted those and you wanted her to get your benefits in that. Like, you loved her, even though he kind of didn't say that. So when Eric meets Virginia's parents, he tells her parents that he was married before and things like that. The father, his eyes did look a little different, but you know how they be capturing them at certain moments. So he said that doesn't really matter to him as long as he treats his daughter with respect and stuff like that, and he treats her good. Plus, obviously, his situation, that's her stepmother, so she's seen things like this. And he said if anything it'll probably make her want to have like a good relationship because she's seen how he was with her mother back in the days. So yeah. The father did mention, she's 26, she likes to be out with her girls and things like that, so that might be one thing that could possibly become like an issue for him. When Virginia went to meet his family, I feel like she has like this nice bubbly spirit that can almost get along with anyone, which can be good and bad. Sometimes that's like, oh, like, do you have to talk to everybody, But it also is good because it can get her to open a lot of different doors because she's so like charismatic and people just are drawn to her and things like that. She just seems so happy right now. But, the people that be the happiest be the ones that sometimes, they also have anger issues or they could be very stubborn or whatever. We have seen some clips of future episodes where she ain't with the shits with certain things. Now, his mother did say that being a pilot's wife can definitely be challenging because there are going to be times where he's going to be away for a while and you probably will only see him for 2 days or things like that. I mean, for her, she said she can definitely, it's something that she could probably get around. It probably would actually work out best because she likes her personal space as well. That's good because sometimes seeing people all the time can definitely get overwhelming. That's how the arguments happen because you find little things to argue about. You're always in that person's space. So it depends on the people, to be honest. Some people just need that time by themselves, and obviously if she's alone, she can hang out with her people and not have to worry about him being upset or complaining as long as she takes those phone calls, and he knows where she is at certain times. But yeah, I don't know how that's going to go, to be honest. I mean, they did ask her about kids as well. She said she's like 50-50 with it, but for the parents, it's like something that they really want to see is grandchildren. So she just was like, right now she's just kind of like not rushing it. The good thing is that she would be able to get advice from his mom because she's also a pilot's wife, so she's lived that life. The next interesting couple that we had was Clara and Ryan. So I do think that they have potential to be a good match because they connect very well off the top. But once again, we'll see about that. He does have like a nice body. She has like, she's almost like the other girl as far as like the characteristics wise. I just feel like she's a fun type of person. For him, he seems more calculated. And Clara, we find out that she's a sleep talker and maybe a sleepwalker, I believe he said. So that'll be interesting for Ryan to kind of get used to. They claim that nothing happened. They just kind of were spooning and, they didn't really like get it on or anything like that from day one. So both of Ryan's parents, they're ministers. So they're pretty like holy. But Clara, she said she did go to Bible college, which is interesting, but she kind of steered away from that over time. It's not something that she wants to be forced to do because when she was younger, she was forced into things like that. I can definitely relate to a certain extent. I mean, actually, I loved going to church because it was like something that was kind of like fun for me. Plus, I had my cousin that was there. I was like really involved for a long period of time. And I went to different churches as well as visitors. I've joined choirs and things like that when I was younger. But as I got maybe like in my later 20s, I just kind of started having my own beliefs and own, thoughts and just didn't want to follow certain things anymore. So I can kind of relate, you don't want to have to push your kids or whatever to do that. I did see her mention that later on in a different scene that she doesn't want to kind of push her kids to do things like that. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Ryan did mention when she said that she was nervous about his family being a minister that he was like, it's important to them, but it's important to me too. But he was like, yeah, so it is something that obviously he grew up on. So it's something that, it's important to him to kind of be in the mix. I don't know what he does as far as faith-wise, like if he actually goes to church, but it might be something that he does. Who knows? So they did go to see the parents as well. And, she had some good questions. It was weird that his brother kind of blurted out, like, oh, he doesn't have any felonies. I was like, what? I don't know if there was a question maybe that was edited out, but I don't know. It was just random the way that he kind of said that. I was like, I had like a phone call that was coming in, but I definitely shouldn't have answered because it was just spam. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So now Ryan, he went to meet her parents and they said like a lot of good things about her. They did seem like receptive to him as well. And he said to them like, he's a respectful person and he kind of just wanted to let that be put out there and let them know what kind of person that he is. The mother did say that Clara has communication issues because she's the type that just kind of, they don't really like fix things or problems that they're having. It's just kind of like blows it off and keep on going type of thing. So that could definitely become an issue because he said that he's kind of similar as far as like issues. So if they're both bottling up issues and don't talk about it, then that could become a problem. I believe Clara's mom had said that they don't believe in like divorce. So it's almost like even if our relationship is toxic, we're cursing at each other and, sick of each other, we're supposed to stay together forever, and of course that's kind of like, sometimes if it's not working out, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, hopefully they are able to work it out, but we'll see. So yeah. The next couple that we had was Brianna and Vincent. They're a cute little couple. I think that once again, they have potential if they're able to overcome the issues that they have. Brianna, she did go ahead and meet. They didn't do anything on the first night, according to what they said. They didn't rush into anything. Brianna, she met Vincent's family, and she tells them that she mainly wants someone by her side because she already brings a lot to the table. Like, she already has everything she needs. She just wants somebody to be able to share life with her, you know, so she can take care of herself. His family says that when he gets mad, he gets like really mad, so you have to kind of calm him down. So it's like, dang, how crazy do he get, you know? But it's funny because when he spoke to her parents, he said that he's like the type that likes to work things out. Like, he doesn't get really mad. Or it was either he told her parents that, or he might have told her that. But either way, I'm like, yeah, he probably not being honest, because the way his cousin said it, it was kind of like, yeah, you better watch out when his wrath is, you know, when he gets into that rage, you better watch out and just let him do what he do and try to get him to simmer down. You know, you got to be that person for him. They did ask like what he does. He said he has his own business, which it can be time consuming for him because he's always on the phone and things like that, because his family did mention that to her as well. But she's like, you know, we're going to have to make sure we have time for each other, because work is important, but time together is more important. Like, she works, she gets good money, so it's like she's more so, I want this life partner, you know? But him, he's still trying to build himself and get to a better place. But he said he does have a plan B if his business doesn't work out. He also has he's working on getting his real estate license. So that's another thing that he's kind of, hopefully he's just not an entrepreneur that's like, you know, everything is just getting started. He don't really got money like that, because, you know, I mean, even though she could take care of probably both of them, it would be nice to have somebody that's able to contribute a good portion as well. But we shall see, because anybody could say they're a business person. Are you, like, is your business doing well? So yeah, and obviously the last couple that I didn't mention is my least favorite couple, which is Paige and Chris. It's like, I like her. I'm gonna say I like them. I like, my spirit didn't take him from day one. When I first met him, I'm just like, I feel like he's gonna be a problem. I feel like he's pretty arrogant, self-centered. He's somewhat, to me, like, he's giving me narcissistic vibes, and I don't really know him at all, but based off what they're showing us, that's the kind of vibes that I'm getting. It's like he feels like he can say whatever he wants, but when someone kind of either retaliates or says something back, he gets upset about it. So yeah, she's really attracted to him from day one, and he is like, oh, his attraction to her when he first saw her is like, she's not a 10, you know? And I did see the video of his actual, like, previous ex, his ex or whatever. I mean, I see, like, why he liked her. Like, she actually reminds me of someone from, from this other show that I was watching. What was it? Something Resort. If I could show y'all, let me see if I could see it real quick, because I would dead show y'all a little bit of it. Hey y'all. No, this is not the one. This is not the right one. Where is it? Oh, let me show y'all real quick. It was like a whole production. The perfect stranger. You see that? Like, and it said the date and everything. So this was what date? I think it just said the date. February 15th, 2020. So it's about to be it's about to be just 1 year. 2020. Look at her right here. Look at her. See? And she had a nice little ring. Like, he made like a whole production into this. Like, it was like a nice little video. I don't know if the song is going to get copyright, so I don't want to put it too much up in here. But yeah. It's crazy, y'all. So yeah, I feel like it could possibly be like partly her complexion, because this girl is a little bit lighter than her. I don't know, like, I just feel like it's so many things, like, but I feel like, are you really giving it a chance? You know, it's just like, I feel like he could have probably kept some things to himself. at least for like a little bit of time, if you're quote unquote trying to get this connection, then why don't you see if you're able to get this connection before you go telling her all these things, especially. So they got it on first night. They did it night and they did it in the morning, from what she said. Crazy thing about it is that he went downstairs, quote unquote, to get a menu. And homie he didn't come back for hours. So she's like, yo, like, what the hell? Did you get eaten by a bear or something? Like, what's up? You know, then when he comes, it's just like, oh, I had a panic attack. And, you know, he didn't even answer her phone calls when she was calling him. It was just like he completely ghosted her. If he didn't have a contract, he probably would not have even come back. Or if he wasn't like legally married to her, tied to her, he probably would not have came back. Like, this would have been like some one night stand type of thing. One night, one morning type of stand. You know, so when she asked him why he went MIA when he went to go and get the menu, he said that he was downstairs, had a panic attack, and he just wanted to be away from everyone. So, you know, he looked like he was like crying and emotionally distraught. So she went over to console him, and she's like, you know, we got to be honest with each other. Like, talk to me. Let me know what's going on. So then he goes to say that he thinks on paper, like, she's great for him. You know, she's everything that he needs. But he's like, I'm not fully attracted to you. That is so like a blow to somebody's ego, especially if, you know, you never know what she had to face growing up. You know, just being a black woman, you have to face so much, and then the person that you finally get married to tells you on national TV that they're not attracted to you after they just had sex with you twice. That can shatter someone. Like, this is a test of everything for her, you know. So yeah, it's definitely it definitely wasn't cool. So now Paige, when she meets his parents, she actually tells them that she hit some bumps in the road, and she pretty much tells them, you know, like, what happened. Like, he told her that he wasn't attracted to her after, you know, they had sex twice. I did feel like the mom was being a little bit shady, because when she mentioned it, the mother was like, and she mentioned they got it on, the mother was like, well, was he drinking, you know, like, and then the father was like, no, what she's saying is that, you know, they had sex, and then, you know, he tells her that he's not attracted to her. So then that's when the mother was like, well, was he drinking, you know, and laughing about it, like, dude, this is not funny, laughing with the aunt about it. But then she's like, but we did it last night and we did it again this morning. So, you know, it kind of shut her down, because it's not like it was like, oh, it's that one time and that was it. Nah, it was twice. You know, the father, I actually feel like at this moment, he got more serious, and I started to like him a little bit more, because honestly, at the wedding, I wasn't really too confident in him. He was giving me creepy dad vibes, like creepy vibes. I told my friend the same thing. I was like, yo, he was like mad excited about her butt, and like just the way he was watching her and stuff like that. And then like even at the table, like at one point he was like, you know, I think you're beautiful for me, for a daughter. Like I was like, hold up, bro. Like, what you doing? Are you really married to this lady right here? Are y'all in a good relationship? Because you be talking crazy. But then like he was like, you know, I'm sorry that this happened to you, and you know, they even had a conversation with him. I guess her parents didn't come, because I didn't see Chris, unless I missed it. Like, I didn't see Chris talk to her parents, but he did talk to his parents again. Well, not again. He talked to his parents, and he found out that she told him everything. You know, the dad was kind of like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm in the middle. I do respect you for being honest, but, you know, I did like the way that he kind of had a good conversation with him. Like, he was just much more serious. So, yeah. Chris wasn't really feeling the fact that his parents knew everything, though. He's like, wow, you know, like, he kind of felt like she snitched on him. He felt embarrassed that his parents knew about everything. He said he don't really talk to his parents about, like, sex and things like that. And, yeah, that was pretty funny. And so as far as, like, after all of them had, like, the conversations with their parents, I did feel like Ryan and Clara, like I said, they seem to possibly in the future, they may lack like good communication. So we'll kind of see how that works out. There was a point where Chris was like literally crying, talking about how he's from Chicago and he feels disrespected. He said that, you know, with all due respects, he didn't just want to have sex with her. He said that he wanted to kind of see if they would be able to build that connection. And he did tell her the truth, like, and it was consensual, like both of them agreed to do it as adults. I don't know, like the way he was coming at her, it was kind of crazy. Later on he did apologize, but I don't know. She said that she had also spoke to some of her male friends, and they said that that was crazy, that they would be able to like damn, who knows if she really did this or not. I mean, I know sometimes I'll be bullshitting. Like, I spoke to my male friends and they said they would never do that, even though I know good and well I know good and well I didn't speak to nobody. My battery's about to die, I gotta hurry up. I didn't speak to nobody, but I just wanted to get my point across and let you see, like, I've done that in the past. Now I try to be honest though. Like, plus I don't have no guy friends like that, really. Barely. But yeah, actually my guy friends are like my boo thing's guy friends, and his female friends are my female friends. So I mean, it kind of works out. And I wouldn't tell them certain things because obviously he wouldn't want that, and vice versa. Especially not about sex. Like, that'd be weird. So, I mean, I get where he was coming from about that. Like, he's like, that's a little awkward that she would do stuff like that. But she did say that it seems like he has, like, a whole lot of problems because, like, he just keeps on complaining about everything with her. Like, nothing, it's almost like nothing that she does is right. That's how she feels at this moment. It's like she's trying to talk to him about something and he's not really receptive at that time. So, Eric did tell Virginia that he knows that she likes to go out and she has this wild side, and he tells her, like, in college she was wild too, so he gets it. But he's like, you know, as long as you remember that you wanted to get married, then we should be able to work it out. She did say she's 50-50, but not opposed to kids. He's like, well, I want kids. Like, you didn't see Eddie, like, smile in his face. That's, like, a non-negotiable for him. Like, you could just tell by the way he said it, like, yeah, I want kids. Like he didn't crack a smile. There was no joke, no anything. So it's like, dude, if you don't want kids, then he's not the one for you. So Chris and Paige, they, like I said, they got together later on, and he did apologize. So she was like, you know, we did, like, normally I would have checked out, but we did commit to this process, so I'm going to at least try. So yeah, I mean, they're in Vegas after that, and Vincent, he got some bad news that his grandmother had a heart attack, so he may have to he may have to go back. They said that they would probably fly him out to go see his grandmother. So that's definitely a tough situation, especially when it's on your honeymoon and things like that. But, you know, he's known his family longer than he's known her. Oh, man. Something just happened. Damn, that sucks. I had like this app on my MacBook, and it was like that they had to take it out because it has malware now. I'm like, dang, that sucks. Yo, Apple don't let nothing go through, yo. It's like the only thing I don't have is the iPhone, but everything else is Apple. I'm using my MacBook to read my notes. But Chris and Paige, they look like they had like a good time during the honeymoon, at least the first day. So, you know, maybe things may look up, but I did see those coming attraction commercials, and yeah, it looked like things is actually not gonna get worse. I mean, not gonna get better, they're gonna get worse. But I kind of feel like his old girl is probably gonna be pregnant or something like that. But yeah, we'll see. I feel like that might be it, which can definitely be a little bit crazy. So yeah, we started seeing Eric and Virginia during the honeymoon, and I mean, they seem to be having a good time, but I did start to see a little bit of a little bit of an alert, because she was like, come on, we gotta drink and stuff like that, and he's like, just one, you know, and she's like so excited, they're in Vegas. So, like I said, that whole party girl, party scene, drinking all the time, especially when you're in a marriage, like, you kind of have to tone down a little bit. So she's gonna have to kind of change her mentality to get used to, like, I'm a wife, and it's not just I'm a wife, like, you're a wife to a professional, so you can't be out here doing too much, you know, getting yourself in trouble, because a lot of times when you drink and you having fun, you can get yourself into trouble. So that's trust me, I've had those party girl days, so I know you can get yourself into a whole lot of trouble, like fights, one night stands, like all kind of stuff can come out of these types of things, you know, losing stuff, like, yeah, so she needs to get it together. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this, be sure to like, you know, comment down below, share and all that stuff. Let's talk about it. And if I see the views is looking good, I'll keep doing it for the remainder. But I'll definitely give it a little shot, see how we looking, and we'll go from there.